Today I will be reading the Compassionate category as well as the three soul paths that are in the Compassionate category. Interestingly enough, today I woke up with songs in my head. From one of them I'll share is like, I'd like to teach the world to sing. Amongst a lot of other older ones that I had kind of chuckled over receiving. And when I did my divination card reading this morning, so there's 4 cards that I draw. So the first card is external influence. The second card is internal influence. The third card helps me to guide me and give me direction on how to achieve my goals today. And the fourth card is self-care. And sure enough, what was the card? Light water, because water is compassionate. And I'll read it for you. So my self-care card for today is the light of the water triagram of the Tao. So it says the light expanding energy of water is impacting everything. Take advantage. You are finding your flow and your stillness within. Embody non-resistance, as this is the penultimate lesson of life. Stay quiet. Express gratitude as you reflect on your life. The key words for you in your self-care today are purpose and meaning. Now, how lovely is that? And for these divination cards, here's this. It's a beautiful box. Dr. Deborah created these, and inside each box it has the triagram on each one, and it comes with a little bit of instruction and suggestion if you so choose to use one of them, or you use your own. It's just guidance for some who haven't played with them before. And you can purchase the divination cards at our website at www.solepath.org. That's SOLEPATH.org. And again, I will be sharing and reading to you the Compassionate category in Soul Paths. And I am reading out of the book that my dear friend, Dr. Deborah Ford, had written. Love her. Love the work. Very grateful. So the Soul Path Book of Knowledge. And you're welcome to purchase this at Amazon as well as at our website. So let's get started. Compassionate categories. Lovely. So there are 3 soul paths that fall into the Compassionate category, and these are Compassionate Caretaker, Compassionate Facilitator, and Compassionate Healer. These soul paths share energy and characteristics that are common to the Compassionate category, and then have further distinguishing characteristics that makes them unique, as we each are individually unique. So what is a Compassionate light path? Compassionates are the love soul paths. You respond to the world through your heart feeling. As a compassionate, you can absolutely trust your heart. And when you do trust your positive emotions, you can be certain of a good outcome, situation, or decision. Your heart keeps you safe because when you clearly identify whether you are feeling good or bad about someone or something, you don't make mistakes. You get into difficulty when you don't trust this or allow the opinions of others to get in the way. I've experienced that myself. I have to ask myself a question, is this my stuff or is it someone else's? Is this my truth or is it someone else's? Is this working for me or is it not working for me? So what is a Compassionate dark path? When you are experiencing your Compassionate category from a place of collapsed energy, the overall negative attitude is a victim mentality. You give and give to others and then feel taken advantage of. You do not set boundaries and then complain of being taken for granted. People really don't know how to interact with you or where they stand with you. You are not the best judge of character and often make mistakes with people, either of the heart or in business dealings. Because of this, you are fearful that something will always go wrong, and this fear is generally what causes things to go wrong. Yet when you are experiencing your compassionate category from a place of expanded energy, your love and your big heart make us feel wonderful. That's so true. That feeling of someone where you just feel comfortable and safe. And I believe that compassionates from their heart carry that feeling when they're in their light of what we miss on the other side, being physical in the physical realm here. I feel that they offer that. That's my view and feeling of it. It's just lovely. So who is the compassionate soul path? People with a compassionate soul path are inherently assured and centered. You are compassionate and have confidence and depth, are empowered and gentle. So for a compassionate, you have a great big heart, which makes you a really loving and nourishing person. You are accepting and non-judgmental, and this makes you a sought-after friend and companion. Your compassion for others can sometimes make you ignore your own needs and sacrifice yourself for others. You are sensitive and can sometimes take on the issues of others. In your life, you are learning to manage your big heart and to understand the need to love yourself as much as you love others, to make yourself as much of a priority as others. This is the foundation of your life's success and overcomes any victim mentality which can arise when your big heart is taken advantage of. So that is the journey for anyone who has a compassionate soul path, is their heart, is recognizing it, is recognizing it, owning it, and being discerning with it. Confidence. Confidence and being heart-centered help you be nourishing to others. Confidence is a characteristic that allows you to face difficulties without feeling judged. When confident, you can feel worthy. You are confident and deep. A loving, stable, caring environment where you are not judged and are fully accepted builds your confidence. How lovely is that? Depth. You are a deep and complicated individual. You require many opportunities to love. Your family, your pets, your friends. Even taking care of plants is a positive exercise in nurturing yourself. You have a natural inclination to rescue, to make a new person feel welcome in the group, to sit with the lonely person, and to understand when others feel sad. Your friends most likely belong to the Lonely Hearts Club band and are an electric mix. You have a beautiful way of seeking out those who you feel are lonely and enfolding them into your plan. How love, just to keep sharing your love, your heart. Empowered. Feeling empowered overcomes your natural inclination towards indecisiveness. Sometimes feeling overwhelmed leads to indecisions. Empower yourself, simplify your life, and remove distractions, and this will encourage decision-making. Make choices, evaluate opportunities, and accept the decisions that you make. So really be in the moment. As you learn to navigate relationships, you will experience the difference between healthy connections and enabling the bad habits and dysfunctional behaviors of others. So that's your empowerment. Gentle. Never confuse your gentleness with weakness. Compassion is a force, and there is much strength in love and in being a compassionate person. You are an authentic person who is genuinely caring, emotionally available to others, and a really good listener. You are the catalyst in the energy change from me to we. Your gentleness attracts others to you. You have a healing energy that naturally nourishes others. Lovely. So, insights into the Compassionate SolePath. Guidance system. The guidance system for Compassionates is your heart. You can really, really trust your heart. First, you need to give yourself time to decide how you are feeling, and then you must recognize and act on your authentic feelings. Your feelings will guide you by saying yes or no. Your feelings will help you in your life by guiding you to move forward and by guiding you to stay still, thereby keeping you safe. Compassionates will feel it in their heart and get emotional. Key life experience. The key life experience for you as a compassionate is learning to trust your heart. SolePath uncovers the way that your soul intended to experience this life, and as a compassionate, you are learning to trust your feelings. Insights into your compassionate key life experience. You have an inward focus and are heart-centered. Your feelings take time to develop, and you really need time to be sure of how you are feeling. Beware of being rushed, because when given time, your feelings are completely reliable and easy to recognize. The vital role for compassionates is to create healthy boundaries. Take action to focus on a goal and flow downstream. Connection. When compassionates connect spiritually, you connect to all love, to pure, unconditional love. There's a dear friend of ours in the SolePath community, and she shared with us that when she needs to calm herself to get a clear answer, she puts her hand over her heart. She is a double compassionate. And so when we did that, even for us who aren't compassionates, because remember, in SolePath, there are 22 light paths, there are 22 dark paths. When there's light, there's dark, dark, there's light. So just because we have 3 of the 22, all the other paths are a neutral energy, meaning that they're there for you to use if you so choose, or for you may even recognize it. You know what? I see those characteristics in me, and why wouldn't you? You would, and they're available for you. So there's 22 light and 22 dark. So even if you want to receive an answer, or if you want to feel it yourself, even if you're like me, an intuitive creator, spiritual balance, dark intellectual expert, I would still put my hand on my heart and I go, okay, what feels true for me? What is my next best step? Coming from heart center. The nature of the Compassionate SolePath. Knowing your SolePath uncovers your learning style, thinking style, creative process, how you experience time, and your connection to the Tao. All of this contributes to understanding yourself at a deep level and helps you walk your path to purpose and a beautiful life. Why would you not want that? I believe, and I have heard and have visited with many people every day who ask the same question. What am I doing here? What's my purpose? What is my next best step? How do I act on it? And I say, get your SolePath done. Your SolePath to me is a fast forward to stepping into who you yourself are meant to be. For you picked these paths, you wrote a script, and SolePath can help you take your next best step. We can help you with knowing your soul paths and understanding them. You have to walk the talk, though. It is your job to do. Not everyone is here to do your work for you, but you do have support, and you are not alone. But when you learn who you are and you start walking your path, the path that you chose, your soul chose for you in this beautiful physical form to experience and to really own it and get in the flow, you will be so pleasantly and peacefully surprised. So the learning style for the Compassionates, kinesthetic and experiential. Cool. That's your learning style. With a Compassionate SolePath, you learn by doing and need to be hands-on with activities rather than listening to or watching someone else do it. You need to be active in the learning process. You process information by taking the initiative, making decisions, and being accountable. You learn when you try to do it yourself. Your thinking style, you are a whole thinker. In the process of learning, understanding, and gaining knowledge, the thinking style for Compassionate SolePath is a whole thinker rather than a linear thinker. You are perceptive and can think in multiple directions and are seen as very intelligent. Interesting, intelligent, though compassionates are whole thinkers and not linear thinkers. Isn't that lovely? Creative process. With a Compassionate SolePath, your concepts and ideas are free-flowing and based on forward-looking original initiation. Compassionates, rather than looking at what others have done, use internal stimuli and insights to create. Fostering creativity within yourself includes giving yourself the independence to create what you want without a definite outcome in mind. Really flowing. Nice and flow. Experiencing time. You experience time all at the same time with good memory and people awareness. Your subjective experience of time is that you're not always discerning about which event or memory came first. Sometimes you have little distinction between past or present events. Your time perception is often that everything has happened and everything that has happened is happening now. For some of the other categories, time is experienced one step at a time in a logical progression. Their subjective experience of time is that one event follows another in succession, and when the event is over, it becomes a memory. Time has an order to it. The rhythm of the Tao. The Tao is the natural order of the universe and keeps the world balanced and flowing. Water energy is the Tao energy that matches compassionates. When light and expanding, water energy represents flow and empowerment and has depth, is flowing, fluid, and reflective and still. When dark and collapsed, water energy is too much. It overflows, it has no boundaries, and is destructive. Your Compassionate SolePath embodies the natural energy of water. Language and the Compassionate SolePath. So as I shared earlier, each soul path has a unique language. I mean, like, how cool is that? And it's simple. In my life, I like things to be simple. Hence why I'm with SolePath. Language is responsible for clear communication and successful interactions with others. Language helps you understand and cope with emotions, and it is the genius of critical thinking, problem solving, and decision making. Language helps you make sense of your experiences and the world around you. Your conscious use of specific vocabulary brings about positive changes in your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. There are words, affirmations, and intentions and prayers that really resonate with you and help you approach things from your soul perspective. These are important at any time and can really help you cope with any negative thoughts, feelings, or behaviors. Words. Words are pockets of energy, and words that resonate with the Compassionate SolePath are feel and love, rather than think. You can even feel the difference in that. For example, you could ask, how do you feel? Is this how you show love? These words deeply imply compassion and really help you respond to situations from the heart. For compassionates, feel and love are words that you can use to connect to your wisdom and your higher self. Here's how you and your loved one can use these words to engage your light path instincts. Ask, what do I feel? What would love do here? How can I show love to myself and others? Is this how I feel, or someone else's opinion. See the light switch questions for your specific soul path. You can even create your own questions for yourself, whatever you feel. If you get inspired to go, you know what if I asked myself this? Sure, write it down or ask yourself whatever it is you were just inspired to do. Why not? Other expansive words for the compassionate categories are compassionate, heart-centered, loving, enfolding, empowered, decisive, confident, accepted, authentic, having boundaries, deep, calm, still, gentle, nourishing others, flowing through life, non-judgmental. Lovely. The affirmation for compassionates. An I am statement is a way of aligning with universal energy and God. It reminds you of who you are and how you want to feel. An affirmation is a positive statement confirming something to be true. Affirmations can be introduced consciously or subconsciously. For example, they can be introduced through art, artwork, audio, or even video recordings. For compassionates, the I am affirmation is I am compassionate, I am confident and deep, and I choose to feel accepted. Intention. An intention is a guiding principle in life, a target to aim for. It is stated, desired to be a certain kind of person who lives a certain kind of life. In medicine, intention is recognized as the process for healing. For compassionates, the intention is, my intention is to live as a deep person who flows through life, one who understands non-resistance and lives with quiet reflection. I just had a glimpse of a cabin by a beautiful small lake surrounded by trees. Feet are up on a homemade wood stool, leaning back on a rocking chair and just absorbing and getting into the rhythm of the water of that lake. Lovely thought that was. The prayer. Prayer is a spiritual communion with the soul or higher self, or whatever you call. I would say your higher self. An appeal or request to live in a state of grace. An additional prayer for yourself is, I breathe in being decisive and I breathe out indecision. I breathe in assurance and I breathe out uncertainty. Wellness secrets for the compassionate soul path. There are wellness secrets to your body and your health that are unique to you with a compassionate soul path. Understanding your wellness at this metaphysical level allows you to set yourself up for a healthy living. You can make positive choices and take action that leads to your well-being. Metaphysical umbilicus. This is a place on the body that connects you directly to your soul. For compassionates, the metaphysical umbilicus for compassionates is your heart. When you put your focus and attention on your heart, it's like running an invisible umbilical cord up to your soul, connecting you to your wisdom and helping you feel compassionate and confident. It is very soothing. If you gently massage, stroke, or tap the middle of your chest on your breastbone. Even more effective when you say it along with your affirmation. So this would be here. So you could say, I am compassionate, I am confident and deep, and I choose to feel accepted. And breathe that in. You can do it 3 times if you'd like. You can do it anytime throughout the day. If you're curious or you need to calm down, you need to make a decision, just stop yourself, relax, and tap. And say your affirmation. sensitivity. Each of the soul path categories has a health sensitivity. This is not to say that you will experience ill health in this area. No. But rather that it is possible a predisposition or something to keep an eye on only. Just in the same way your family health history plays a role in your future wellness. If symptoms show up, speak to your healthcare provider. Very simple. Why wouldn't you? For compassionates, your health sensitivity is your cardiovascular system. So, de-stressor, calming rejuvenation for compassionates is self-love and self-care, a vacation from your outward focus and others. Whenever you are having a difficult day, you can be calmed with hugs or physical touch. You need to practice self-care and learn how to divert focus from others onto yourself. Very important. Taking care of yourself includes a lot of self-love, such as visits to a spa, luxury, sleeping in, a good dose of pampering, whatever pampering is for you. Equally important is making time to care for yourself, and creating a monthly budget for self-care will help you make all of this possible. This is kind of self-care that can't be seen as a luxury for you as a compassionate. It really does help you live in your expanded light energy though. So really making it a priority. Put the money aside, make a plan, schedule it. 5 senses. Of the 5 senses, the most powerful one for compassionate is taste. You have a sensitivity to taste and texture of anything that goes into your mouth. For example, you're accurately aware of all foods, drinks, medicines that you ingest. You have distinct personal taste and texture preferences. This sense of taste is more acute when you are young and deteriorates with age. That's okay. Pay attention to and encourage your flavor of choices. Mine at the moment is decaf coffee. Nespresso to be exact, with cream. Emotional trigger. Limiting beliefs provides opportunities for personal growth. Limiting beliefs are perceived truths that hold you about the world and about yourself. The limiting belief for compassionates that hold true for them is, I believe I am not accepted for who I am, and I am judged. This limiting belief creates feelings of being judged, studied, watched, and found wanting. The triggers for this limiting belief are inertia, and not living up to the expectations of self and others. Like me having to repeat that word that I don't use a lot. Also, constant questioning and procrastination. The behavior that results is incompetence, feeling that life is unfair, sinking into non-action and focusing on unimportant details, being unable to move forward, being uncertain and feeling overwhelmed. The reprogramming transformation is moving from indecision to being decisive, from feeling subservient to being empowered, to remember to love yourself and be your natural, good-natured, and pleasant self, to be your authentic self. The antidote is to create healthy boundaries, to focus on a goal and flow downstream. To overcome this limiting belief, you will feel accepted and not judged by others. If you tap into your love, your compassion. You are born to be a compassionate person who has confidence and depth and is empowered and gentle. Own this. Your supporting belief is, I am compassionate and I am confident and deep. The matching vibration for the compassionate soul paths. There are certain physical items that have the same energy as the compassionate soul paths, things that vibrate at your wavelength. And these provide a wonderful, positive, lifelong addition throughout your life. Compassionates have a special color, a unique gemstone, your own essential oil, a flower, a shape, an animal, instinct, and a musical instrument that enhances your energy and helps you feel great. Isn't it just lovely knowing that there's a variety, like so much tools here on earth already that we could bring in and help us in our soul paths, a matching energy. Why would you not want to honor that? So, color for compassionates. The color for compassionate is black. Black creates a feeling of being fearless and protected. Black helps compassionates feel powerful and independent. Black can be introduced in bedding, clothing, or decor. Gemstone. The gemstone for compassionates is onyx. This gemstone increases personal power. It builds vitality and assists with inner strength. Onyx helps compassionates trust your heart. Gemstones may be placed in the bedroom, kept in a pocket, or worn as jewelry, like what I'm wearing. I'm wearing a black onyx right now because my self-care card for today was water, and I honor it always. So to me, I need to use the energy and the love, heart feeling that compassionates offer today. So I wore black and I have the gemstone, and I do wear the oils, and I make all my own oils. The essential oil for compassionates, rosemary, is the essential oil that most closely matches the natural vibration of compassionates. It stimulates passion for life and nurtures purpose. Essential oils can be lightly spritzered onto porous materials such as clothing and bed linens. I also have it's a roll-on. I use camellia oil is the carrier with the rosemary, and I put it on my skin as well. I do have a spritzer, and I even spray it in my car sometimes, or I just spray it over my head and just let it trickle itself down. So many creative ways of using the tools that are an energetic match for you. Shape. The flowing shape represents compassion and confidence, someone who is deep and feels empowered, yet gentle. Flowing shapes can be introduced into furniture, creative play, and artwork, as well as ornaments in the home. Flower. Roses have the same energy as compassionates. Metaphysically, roses represent compassion and innocence, romantic love, as well as self-love. Animal instinct. All of the animals, penguins, have the same energy as compassionates. Penguins are caring and protective. They are comfortable in different states of consciousness. The musical instrument for compassionates. Percussion instruments like the drums, triangle, tambourine, and cymbals are a perfect energy match for compassionates. Percussion instruments produce sound from being struck. I love the drums. I really have fun with the tambourines. I do like the cymbals too. Even though I don't have a compassionate soul path or even number, it's still something that helps me to feel good. So when I do use any of these tools, it's so nice for me to know that I'm tapping into something that's going to assist my intuitive creator and spiritual balance for the day. How lovely is that? You are a compassionate person who has confidence and depth and is empowered and gentle. You also have a path connected to your compassionate category, which describes your special, unique gifts and greatness. The paths within the compassionate categories are Caretaker, Facilitator, and Healer. So the compassionate caretaker, you care about people. Compassionate Facilitator, you care about your community. Compassionate Healer, you care about all living things. So that is the overall guide of the category in the Compassionates. So to me, the best way as well to describe when someone asks me what is the difference from the category to the soul paths, I use the road signs when it says that to get from this location to that location, it may be 189 kilometers. So that's great. To me, the signpost just shared the category. Now the paths that I take and the steps from my leaving location to the destination is the guidance, is the life path that I chose to experience on my way to the destination. So that is the Compassionate categories. If you would like to get your soul path done, please go to our website at www.soulpath.org.